Hi Collective, my name is Aruna, back again for another video. I'd like to share my story with you today about my spiritual path, how all phases of my life were linked to each other without knowing this in the beginning stages. The one thing I recall that everything happened for a reason, but not knowing what the reason could or should be. I came to the conclusion that God didn't let me understand at first. Me personally wants to understand everything in life. Yep, that's just being me. I was living my life with the ego after being betrayed, cheated, manipulated by people many, many times, as I mentioned in my other videos. Growing up was a challenge because of the narcissistic behavior of the people surrounding me. When I was little and even when I was older, not even knowing what the ego meant on a spiritual level. Actually, even everything I learned was level based, going from one level to another, and that is exactly what I meant with all these phases of my life. Little did I know the challenges I went through became the phases of my life, and every challenge would be a chain reaction in the end. These challenges got me where I'm at now in my life, a happy, peaceful person. But to go through these phases wasn't always easy. In spite of that, I made it look easy just because I was used to having challenges in my life. Never went bitter as I went through my life, not once. Of course, I cried a lot in silence, but I didn't want to show this to others because no one gave me support and there was no one I trusted to share my grief with. When I just started my spiritual path since 2012, I mean on a conscious level, I went even through hell and back, knowing the me who existed once wouldn't be there anymore. I know I was changing. My whole life was based on change, and I got used to this change. This was my life as I knew it, as everybody used to theirs, I guess. As I grew further in my spirituality, all kinds of synchronicities began to happen. I began to read and understand them, and eventually I was talking to myself, not knowing I was communicating with my spirit guides. I know my ego laughed at me. What the hell are you doing? Stay with me, I heard my ego saying. The more I asked, the more I got from my angels, and the more I was grateful. I was so grateful that finally someone understood me for who I was or was becoming. I know for sure that whoever is listening are on their spiritual journey with me understands what I mean by feeling alone within, the emptiness of not feeling whole. Decades of my life went through, but still spirit by my side guiding me to my life what's deserving of me. I had to learn to communicate. I had to learn to leave toxic people behind. I had to learn to detach from many people who were not good for my soul. I had to learn everything about balancing my life for the greater good. And even though my whole life was based on change, I was still living in my comfort zone. Everything has their own, sorry, everyone has their own comfort of living their life. And I'm not talking about material things, it's about knowing your life as it is and not wanting more changes than you already have. Because you want to live your life based on actually doing nothing and then just die somewhere along the time. Staying passive instead of being active, not achieving anything spiritually, only ego based. The ego based life is going out, drinking, partying, wanting money instead of getting money. Everything what's linked on wasting your time on people who are not worth your time. It's all good because that's your life on earth, but not in balance with the spirit realms. If your ID is formed by that, your earthly life and your spirit life has to be in balance. I had to learn to let go and trust that my spirits will guide me. All these processes were about learning from those people. I had no clue that people were sent to me teaching me lessons, until my spirit guide told me so, by wanting my attention, by giving me signs and things that they were there all the time. Never thought I wake up this lifetime. My life became clearer after understanding that not only everything happens for a reason, but more so understanding the reason itself, the bigger picture of everything in life. Waking up by getting revelations about my life, the thoughts that were put in my mind by a higher power, my own spirits. And there is even more to the story. Those people who were sent to me were just a test for me to eventually enlighten me in the end. I mean, it feels great having my own spiritual soldiers in the sky and being protected by them. They are helping me along on my path to get where I'm supposed to be. My understanding of all these phases was based on nothing else than just another lesson, lesson after lesson, challenge after challenge, until there was no point of turning back, but having the reality to know what spiritual balance means, having both sides of the story. I understand why my life was a hell, maybe not in the moment, but after realizing that I've gained experience and wisdom after all these challenges. Because there were many things I didn't understand why they were happening to me, instead of me thinking it happens for me. Turning around this way of thinking and being conscious about it made not only me better, but also my life and thereby my whole surrounding. After giving me loss, I got experience. After giving me pain, I got joy. So, yes, I am thankful and grateful my spirits challenged me and tested me, even now. Otherwise, I would still be living my life with ego. It's all about shredding old beliefs little by little until the only thing that's left is peace and happiness. Showing me that they were there for me was by the whirl of feathers out of the blue, presented everywhere, especially for me. What a magical feeling. Thank you, my spirits. Thank you again for listening. I hope you like this video and also subscribe to my channel. Love to be back for other videos. Love you to be back for other videos, I'm sorry. Until next time, collective. Bye bye.